Welcome to Stub Stories. I'm Sylvia. I'm that friend that gets you into shows, yet you don't know what I do for a living.
And I'm Ricky. I'm the friend that's begging you to come to shows with me for bands that you've probably never heard of. And today, we're just talking about stuff that we're really into. Albums, maybe some tours, maybe some festival talk, maybe,
Artists you've never heard of.
artists we've never heard of,
Excuse me.
I think. Yeah, oh
It's usually
yeah.
a Fabio thing.
I was looking at my list and I was like, I don't know. I've talked about all of these at some point.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
yeah.
Listen, I'm also the friend who somehow ends up defending Madonna against an inner troll. So this is where we're at today again. It's my quarterly Madonna speech. So people do commencement speeches.
Who's come after you, Sylvia? Who's come after her today?
Yeah, just come after me. Yeah, I will. I mean, why do we need to talk about her again? Because every few years, people they go in this cycle.
She releases an album.
You drag Madonna, only to suddenly remember, oh, she's literally one of the most important artists in modern pop culture. Oh, I guess we like her again. Okay, cool. She's not dead yet, so I guess we like her. It's like this weird thing. You love and you hate him all the time. And the new album, Confessions 2, is coming out July 3rd. And but, you know, before we get into all that, that's why if you see anybody with sheer purple veils around town, like including Tony, Foggy's husband.
He actually bought an actual veil.
Yes.
And he runs around the house with it sometimes.
Pay homage to Madonna's album cover because she's on a speaker with this purplish veil, kind of like a tip back to the first, the first Confessions. So
did she have a veil?
Yeah,
for that one
on the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, Confessions on a Dance Floor. I mean, it's genuinely, I think, one of the best pop albums ever made, and I will die on that hill. Ray of Light is still my Madonna, still my favorite, but Confessions, even the tour, it was one of the best. So, and the reason people are freaking out about Confessions 2 is because Stuart Price is back because he's a producer on the first one and then on this one again. Some people have gone to listening parties and said, this is going to be amazing. You guys have no idea what's in store. And I think, honestly, the timing of this record, I think, feels weirdly perfect. I mean, the world is exhausting right now. Everybody's angry. Nobody leaves the house anymore. I know I don't want to. We just sit on our apps doom scrolling, and then Madonna returns. Let's dance. Let's connect. Freedom, nightlife, dance. So to me, it's like that nostalgia again of like, oh, we were happy once as a nation and a world, and it's kind of nice to forget about that.
Let's get there again.
And I think that's the thing. So. It's the mid 2000s party era. I think Confessions was 2006, 5, 6, right? I think around that time. So it's like, I think 20 years since the release of that one. And then of course she kicked it off at Coachella. Then all of a sudden people are like, oh, she's with this younger artist and Madonna's bridging these worlds. And, the older fans are like, yeah, we knew she's cool. The younger fans like, oh, got it. So I think it's a good phase for Madonna. I know Taylor has her eras, but Madonna, I think, kind of did that where she reinvented it, where even if you followed along and you're like, oh, is it going to be good? It's going to be bad. And, whether you love or you hate her, you would either hate online or just follow along on that journey. And I think with her now, she's fighting ageism. So this album is great because if you're a guy and you're older in this industry, oh, that's great. Look at him. Oh, he's just so great. Oh my God, he's a legend. Madonna comes on. Oh, she shouldn't be dressing like that. Oh, look at her face. I mean, that's what people do. And
or the inevitable, she looks tired. You don't want that.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not famous, but I don't think I could ever want a wannabe because it's brutal out there, especially if you're a woman, especially in these times where it's just that. But it's great to see Gen Z embracing it and rediscovering it. Like I've been seeing some of the reels and the TikToks of like the younger gays, as they say, going, oh my God, I just absolutely love this woman. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Get in line, kids. Get in line.
Kids. Yeah. She's been here for a minute. And now it's like, yes, people stand out for, gay rights or whatever. And that's, people do that now. Back when Madonna did it, nobody was doing it because you just don't want, like, that's like, that could ruin your career. You don't do that. And she stood up for, like, and spoke for the people, her friends that, had AIDS. And she was one of the first to do that and to still be doing it. And to, now this new generation, I think, is great. So I can't wait for the new album. Just, it's brings me joy. I think that's what you kind of lose it along the way with the things that are happening. So to get that joy back is great. She's also back with Warner Brothers. That's the label that launched her career, which was Sire Records, which is part of Warner Brothers. That signing story is awesome. When Seymour Stein was in the hospital and she walked into the hospital room and said, "Sign me." I'm like, that's old school, and that was the smartest decision he's ever made. And that was part of Warner Brothers. So it's great to see it back. Yeah.
I didn't even know that Warner Brothers still had a label.
Yeah, I know.
I figured that at this point they had probably merged or whatever, and it's amazing that they're still doing their thing.
So, I mean, that's what I'm excited about, just Madonna being Madonna and just reconnecting with the fans. And, like I said, even like her interviews, like when she was on the Jay Shetty podcast, I was like, I was reminded again of why I'm such a fan of hers and why I got into this business, because of learning, like, she's out singing or whatever, but the business side, like the branding, that was her. Like now it's, there was no social media things. She was just doing this organically through MTV and just clubs. It was so, again, organic. And now it's just, it's easier, I think, to become famous for a minute. Like I look at, that girl Cash Me Outside and how rich she is. And I'm like, it's just from a catchphrase on a TV show, and it kind of grew from there. Or, even the Kardashians, you know what I'm saying? I see that where, it's just a different era of celebrity. So anyway,
what they wouldn't give to have that longevity.
Yeah.
That like someone like Madonna has, right?
What was the Coachella thing? It's like Sabrina Carpenter or something.
Yeah. She was saying with Sabrina.
So Sabrina was headlining Coachella, and Madonna came out, and they sang like a prayer together, and then they went into their new song that they have on Madonna's album. So they're collaborating on the album. Oh, the other thing too I found out about this new album is there's no pre-recorded parts. Right? She wanted it live and in studio. So
that's cool.
That's cool.
That's pretty rad that it's going back to like the old school of doing it. So I'm really jealous for the people who've already got to listen to it. Madonna, you didn't call me. So
how do we get to a listening party? Like whenever I hear about like people, like,
I think it's
how
like
do we get on that list?
And I always say I know I'll make it if I make it to Madonna level. I've gone around the circle where it's kind of like you're almost there, and then you're like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm getting there, and then it's like, no, you're not getting down there.
They should do like a Boston listening party for Madonna, and you should be the host.
I totally would put that together.
So sick
for them. So reach out. Guy Osiri, Madonna. I know you listen to our podcast because I'm always defending you, and I love you, and I just want you to be my friend and not be. I'm not psycho or stalker or anything. Fabio's eyes. What?
I'm excited for this album too. I am excited for this album. I've heard really good things. That is like my Confessions was my favorite album of hers, and if it's anything remotely like that, it's gonna be the album of the summer for sure. I mean, I'm guessing like it's just gonna be one dance hit after another, and it's like, so I'm looking forward to that.
I've pre-ordered all the vinyl variants.
Oh yes, I know, because Tony has ordered all of that stuff too, and I'm like, how much?
Even the cassette. Okay. I don't have a cassette player anymore, but I got the cassette because I remembered just like when I got like a prayer, on the way to school. There was a store. Remember Bananas downtown, Fabio?
Yes.
And downtown Lowell,
That was
Bananas.
such a great
It
record
was
store.
strawberry, so it was a takeoff on strawberry, so they called it Bananas.
Bananas.
That's
And
fantastic.
banana. And so on the way to my Catholic school, I stopped into Bananas and picked up Like a Prayer cassette, and it was scented with her perfume. And you're like, oh, this is what
Oh my
Madonna's
god.
That's cool.
So that was, and back in 1989, like that's crazy because like now you can do stuff like that, but that was pretty innovative back in 1989. I recently come
Yeah.
across that cassette.
Today it would be like an
still
OSHA
has that
violation.
scent. Still
It
has that
does?
scent, Fabio. Yeah,
Really?
it's like this
That is-
flowery mix.
Floral thing
So
going
yeah,
on.
so it's pretty rad. So maybe
We should
the
ask
cassette will
Cassandra.
have.
She's got a nose on her. She could probably figure out what perfume it
I
was.
know our cousin always like is into perfumes.
Oh yeah,
So-
she's good. She can pick it up.
I think
Yeah.
I only have one cassette that I used to have a million.
Promos. Yeah.
I never saved any. They may be in my parents' house, but like
Do I
I bought the only thing I've ever bought on eBay was a still. It's a cassette, but it's still like wrapped in the original like shrink wrap for the
Uh-huh.
Wallflowers Bringing Down the Horse.
Oh,
I bought it like 5 years ago, and it was like $3, and I was like, "Oh my god, these people don't know what they have on their hands." And I got it, and I was like, "Oh, it's literally still wrapped. It might even still have like a store price tag on it. I don't remember, but I just wanted to complete my collection of that album, and
Yeah.
like I've never opened it. Like I have a cassette player, but like I wouldn't even open it. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know.
Sounds
If it probably sounds fucking awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll open it someday, or maybe I'll
Don't.
just look on eBay and see if there's another one and just buy another one.
Exactly. Do that. Always get two.
Wallflowers.
Yeah,
Like me with
Yeah.
comics. That's
Yeah.
a reading copy.
exactly.
Yep. I
Yeah.
get that, the reading copy and then the copy that you keep away, sealed
Yeah.
in its little pouch.
Smart.
Yeah. And since we
Little
talked about
pouch.
DJs and Stuart Price being back, Fabio, what are you obsessed with besides
I am
going to Pete Town all the
really-
time and not sending me bad texts in the middle of the night anymore? Because Tony says you're
I
always
was good. I was good this past weekend. It was a relatively
always great
very
for those.
quiet weekend. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't out of control or whatever. So sorry.
Yeah, but,
there
like
were no
Memorial
like,
is what to
texts.
hit and like debauchery.
Yeah.
No.
So get ready.
Mm.
No. I'm really excited. John Summit, he released his latest album, Alt Control. Control Alt, sorry. He is just burning it up right now. He really, really is. He just closed out EDC Vegas last weekend to, I think it was like a tune to of like almost 400,000 people.
Wow.
Oh my
It
god.
was
TD Garden. He's playing TD Garden in October, it looks like.
Oh yes, I know. I am
Wow.
planning on going to go see him, for sure. He's been on my radar for a few years now, but he's got a really interesting story. I mean, he's 31, but
Mhm.
he has loved DJing, dance music, electronic music his whole life. But he was a good boy. He went to school. He became a
He's a good boy.
CPA. Worked for this big
Oh,
corporate
yeah.
accounting firm. But yet had this draw for wanting to, play at clubs and spin music and all that. So on the weekends he would get away and do that, and just barely make it to the office, I guess. But then it got to the point where he was successful at work, and he's actually when he gets kind of financial in his interviews, I love that side because I'm all into finance as well too. So it's an interesting play on how you see him talking about his latest music and all the festivals that he's going to, but yet he's talking to you about Roth IRAs and how you should balance your checkbook. Stuff,
This is great.
you know?
Like if
So-
Bobby was a DJ.
pretty much. Exactly.
So Bobby forgot to tell you, he really is
A
this
DJ.
guy. He really is. This is Fabio. It's not really another person.
Sylvia really just looked him up, just oh my god,
Like I am. I'm
is
like,
him.
this is
Yeah.
Fabio.
Yeah, so he quit his job completely, and he's like, I'm gonna go into this DJing thing full on because this is what I love. This is what I want to do. And he like, it took him years, and now he's like the number one DJ in the world.
That's
you know,
crazy.
it is
Well,
phenomenal.
who's the number one before him? Who's close right now?
Oh, I mean,
They're the legends, though. The other ones that you like.
there's Tiesto. There's
is he still
some
a
would
thing?
say Diplo. Yes, he is.
Okay.
He had like, I'm not happy with Tiesto because he had like this really
Me either.
shitty comment about using AI, how AI is the thing now with music, where, you know, if I need a guitar, you know, all I can do is just, you know, type it into my computer, and I don't need a guitar player in the studio anymore. Or if I need a piano player, you know what I mean? And I was like, that's really bold statement to say something like that, you know? And he's like, if I need somebody to sing something, I can get them, you know, I can get AI to do it. That's just where it's at. And I don't know, there was just something that didn't feel good. It just didn't gel right with me.
That's gross.
It's a real thing,
I didn't
though.
like it, but yet I get
You're not just with DJs.
Yeah. It's an interesting topic, you know, unto itself. It's like, where does AI even like fall into music creation, right? Yeah, he kind of like pissed off a couple of people in the community, in the EDM community. So yeah, he was definitely one of them. There's so many genres in it, so everyone could have an opinion on who it is. But this John Summit is, again, he's young, he's a good looking guy, and his stuff just hits really good, really easily, and it draws in a lot of people. So his album, I've been listening to it on repeat. It was just released, his arena tour, just a couple of days ago, and I noticed that
I was saying I didn't know who he was, and I look at the art and go, yeah, I do, because I saw the art because we shared it on our socials when our friends at Live Nation announced it, and I was like, what? Because I remember going, what a great ad mat. That's so talk to me about ad mats and I'll remember it.
His marketing campaign, Sylvia, you'll actually get a kick out of this, for this album was a total homage to him like working in the office. Like he actually had, like if you look it up, like he's wearing like a full-on suit that he used to work in the office before. He had his album release party in an actual office setup with cubicles and everything. Like awesome. It was just him, like, you know, this used to be the grind, you know, but now it's doing this. It was actually pretty smart. And it's like dull beige colors with like hints of blue, like that static overhead lighting, you know, type of thing. It was great. It was really smart. He's got a really good social media presence too. It grabs a lot of people's attention. He has a suitcase that he calls Samantha, and it's this suitcase that's by Renault. What's that suitcase called? Rimowa. It's
bougie
always
suitcases.
Very bougie suitcase, but apparently it falls apart all the time. And he's so
lifetime guarantee, kids.
Well, he's gone through apparently 6 or 7 of them within the last year. And
what is he doing with these suitcases?
I mean, the life of a touring global DJ artist, you know, really taxes your luggage, I guess. So it was pretty funny. Like he just has like, you know, a pretty good presence online. He's just killing it. He's doing good. And the thing is, like, if you watch an interview with him, he's just so like, he's kind of like a little bit of a geek, a little bit of a nerd too. And he's genuine too. Everybody loves him. Everyone's just like, this is my kid brother. You just got to love him. You know, like he's good. And then when you hear what he does, is like, wow, like he's impressive. So yeah, that album I'm really excited for. And yeah, that's what I've been listening to. That's usually typically my genre. There's a couple of music festivals that are going on. Again, Vegas EDC just ended, and there was the largest turnout that they've ever had. They just announced that next year it's going to be a 2-weekend spot versus just 1 weekend. So kind of like what Coachella does, right?
Yeah.
Weekend 1 and weekend 2. So they're going to be doing that.
Is it out in the desert, or is it in...
I'm sorry.
No, is it out in the desert, or is it just in Vegas itself? Is it inside or outside?
It's outside. It's within Vegas. Yes, you can actually see like Vegas in the background. It's close. It's, you know, you're there. You're not. It's not like a trek like other places. So that's something that I would definitely be really curious, especially if it's like a 2-weekend thing. I got to get to one of these. I can never find anyone that wants to go.
I would go.
And the older we get, we're just like, it's so loud. I'm like, who cares?
Was it ADA
Dude, I went to
compliant?
dinner the other
We're
night.
going, Sylvia. We're going.
I went to dinner the other night, and there ended up being trivia, which I didn't know if that was happening. I love trivia, but like I wasn't gonna play, and it was so loud. The next morning, I literally thought I was hungover, and I was like, I had 2 beers. Like, I don't know how this is possible. And then I was like, oh, it's because the like trivia guy was right behind us, and it was uncomfortably loud. And I was like, am I old?
Fabio,
I go.
do you want to explain why your thing about music and eating? Go ahead.
Live music while at a restaurant is inappropriate.
I agree.
Yes.
This wasn't even live music. It was literally like
Thank you.
trivia
Thank you.
guy.
Yep.
Thank
It
you.
no good. No bueno. I don't like
I
it.
agree.
But you know, I get what you're saying, but it's
No need
it's
for
any
it.
it's any kind of like live discussion over a microphone while people are sitting down to a meal. The only voices that we should be hearing is the people that we're with or the waiter taking our drink order. That's about it.
Thank you. It had to be said.
It's bad.
Yep.
Fucking hate it.
It's bad.
There have been so many times when we walk into a restaurant and there are two things that immediately irk the shit out of me. Is if the host or hostess takes us to a table that is a high top, which I will not do. It's very uncomfortable. Okay? I have short legs. And
Nobody wants to be sitting there.
no
like
one wants to sit on a high top.
Our family's all
Bullshit.
torso. Our family's all
Exactly.
torso and legs.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
like
dangling.
I'm
I'm
not,
like, I don't like that.
I'm not a little kid with dangling my feet
I'm a
off
man.
it.
I can sit on a regular
No,
chair.
I need to sit in a chair with a back on it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. His
And
demeanor changes
live music.
so quick.
Oh,
I want
live music
with you, Fabio, on all
such
of this.
crap. I've actually, and Sylvia will test this, I have actually been like, we can't eat here.
We've left.
We've left. And
How
mind
do
you,
you say?
I'm just one person, and it's usually like 5, 6, 7 other people. And they all just turn to me and they're like, we have to go, don't we?
We all
I'm
know.
like,
like, yeah.
if this is gonna be a pleasant evening.
When I was
I
in my
mean,
early
yeah.
20s, I went to Miami with a bunch of friends, or we went to Florida and we spent 2 or 3 nights in Miami, and we were like freshly 21. I might have been 22, and so it was like me, one other guy, and then there were like 6 girls with us. And we went to this like really good Greek restaurant. We walk in, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Like this is an interesting spot." It was so uncomfortably loud, and I was like, well, "Whatever. Like we're 21." Like we're like going crazy. Then I realized after we got done eating, they like cleared our tables. They're like these huge, like almost like family style tables, like like really long. All the waiters got on top of the table and were throwing baskets of napkins into the fans. So it was like raining napkins on us, and like everybody was going nuts. And I was like, oh, we're here because these guys are
Greek restaurant.
so hot, and I understand why the girls wanted to come here, but also, couldn't we have come here after dinner? Because like now there's just like napkins everywhere, and it's loud, and like
Hot
Don't
waiters. She
under-
said, what was this
Yeah.
restaurant again? What's it called?
I'll find out.
Folks,
Might not even be
writing
there. It's a
this
long time ago.
down.
But
Make some notes.
I was so like even eating, I was like, this kind of sucks. Like it's so loud, I can't hear you guys. And then all of a sudden, when that started to happen, I was like, well, I know why we're here. Like I understand, but also like, couldn't we have gotten dinner somewhere else and then come here? Like how do we eat? There's like paper falling. It was
Not
It was
about
Dinner
that.
and a show, which
yeah, but like
that's different. Just no
was
live freaking music.
Yeah.
Just
even if they
That's
just
it.
turn the music down, like I could eat through napkin rain. It was just so goddamn loud. I
Napkin
couldn't
rain.
hear myself think.
Can we find video to insert here? Napkin rain.
napkins raining down.
My favorite thing when I get asked to find some random thing that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what?
Use
That's
AI.
fine. Use AI. It's okay.
Call
It
Tiesto.
fixes everything. Tiesto seems to have all the answers.
Wow.
Awkward.
Guess you're not getting invited to any of his parties.
I wouldn't go anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Clay,
Yeah, I want to
Charley.
talk about
Charley Crockett.
my favorite touring artist right now. It's Charley Crockett, and I have a warm, fuzzy feeling because he was one of the two big concerts I went and saw after the pandemic. I went out to California to see Tim Heidecker play with the Wise Blood, and I camped out, and I saw him at a festival in Cali, and that was awesome. And then I also took Stacy to Western Mass to see Charley Crockett play, and we also camped that night too. And I saw Charley Crockett play in like a smaller venue, like a 500 capacity venue. And then I've seen him at Royale, and I've seen him most recently at Roadrunner just a couple months ago. And coming up is the Green River Festival in June, on June 19th, and he's headlining it Friday night, so I'm going to drive out there. Probably just drive back. Don't need to do any camping. But yeah, Charley Crockett, he's just a very, like, he's people might have seen him, like, he was on, like, Joe Rogan for an interview, and he's just, like, old school outlaw country authentic songwriter, and now he's got a major label, and he's released 17 records. And the story, I have to say,
17?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Damn, he's only in his 40s.
Records. And then related to Stub stories in the music business here, we're talking about he, at the beginning of this month, which is recording this in May, he went on social media and said, I have a brand new record. It's called Clovis, and I'm going to upload it to TuneCore right now, like without permission from the record label or anything. And he released a record that he had like in the can by himself, like went rogue, and it only took like a day or two before the label or whoever like took it all down off of streaming. It was on Bandcamp. I thought it was going to be there forever, so I didn't actually get a chance to download it. And it is gone now. It is gone. This record, Clovis. They just unceremoniously, like, it was up for maybe like a week. But he just said, if a record company offers me a deal, I'm the one that's in charge of my destiny, kind of like, he's really like, this guy, Charley Crockett, like, the history behind him, he got arrested, and then when he got out of jail, he decided, he's like, I'm going to dedicate my life to music, and he was busking all around, and he was like busking in the New York City subways, and like just through like his career, like literally from the ground up, with good songs and good covers, and released all these records. Like during the pandemic, he released 3 records.
Wow.
And he's just,
he had something to say.
Yeah, he's just really like such an authentic artist, and I love him so much, and I love his music, and I listen to his records all the time, and I love seeing him play. And I saw him play up at in Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom, like 2 summers ago. And every time he's like anywhere close, I go and I make a point to see him. I might only get to go see, because like we're working all the time, like I might only see like a couple of shows a year, and I was lucky enough to get to see him this year, and that might be it. But I'm gonna go head out to see him at the Green River Festival, which is like this big 3-day festival in Western Mass that's coming up.
Sweet.
It's been going on since back in '86, and that's my little story. But it's ultimately, they released Clovis like maybe to streaming, people get to hear it like eventually like the proper way through the label and everything. But I thought that was just ballsy that he was like, I'm just gonna do it myself. And the TikTok video is still up. He was like, I'm gonna do it right now, and he just uploaded it. It was like,
wow. I love him.
He has stunning blue eyes.
Yeah,
like
his
wow.
eyes are insane.
Oh, I saw him at Royale, and I was decked out. I had my cowboy hat on and my bolo tie.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I got the meet and greet, and the meet and greet was awesome because he played like a couple songs and like acoustic for like the people that bought the extra ticket.
That's cool.
And then he signed like my poster, and he was like, "Hey man, I like your style," and he did because I was dressed like him. That's why I like it. But he was like, "Hey man, I like your style." I got a picture of him going like that. I was like, "Oh, that's really
insert
nice.
here."
Complimented.
Yeah,
I
definitely
do have
insert
that
here.
photo. I do have that photo. One of my favorites. But love Charley
That's
Crockett.
so sick.
And then as far as the rest of the music business goes, I'm not really listening to anything else. Just him, Coulter Wall.
That's what you're focused on.
Listen to the same song over.
I love Coulter Wall too.
Yeah, he's great.
He's so good. Such an outlaw too.
Coulter Wall is funny because you listen to him and he sounds like, he's got like this really deep voice, like a Johnny Cash, like kind of voice, and then you like see a picture and you're like, oh, his face doesn't match
that guy.
voice.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I love Charley Crockett. I've never seen him. I've always wanted to. It's never worked out. But yeah, his voice is amazing. He's so good. Like every song I've ever heard, I've been a huge fan of. My brother really likes him a lot too.
His last couple records he's recorded with Waylon Jennings' son, Shooter Jennings, who's also like a great modern.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's his that's like his producer now.
Wow.
So Shooter Jennings, I've had some DMs with Shooter Jennings too, through the Jack Kerouac account. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, he follows the account, and he produced a song with one of our friends. So yeah, that we shared the song that they produced together, and yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm like, oh my god, it's Shooter Jennings, So.
Wow. Oh my gosh. You talk to somebody that close to Waylon Jennings is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Oh my gosh.
After Charley Crockett?
Yeah, adjacent. Yeah, Charley Crockett, adjacent.
Wow.
After we get off this thing, I'll tell you guys about some other wild DMs. But I can't do it on
hell
here.
Yes.
It's actually pretty cool, but you guys have to pay for the extra content if you want to hear it. Just kidding. We don't have any subscription service.
We don't have any subscriptions.
Our Patreon is just Sylvia's DMs.
Damn it. But yeah, if you see me in real life, IRL, ask me.
Wow. That's so sick.
Ricky. So
Charley
Ricky,
Crockett.
All right.
which ones did you choose? Probably a million.
I have 4, but they're pretty short. So I'm like,
okay.
One of my favorite bands ever is the Starting Line. They've been one of my favorite. Like Sylvia used to get me into Starting Line shows when I was 17 at the Palladium.
Oh, nice.
I love that band so much. The older I get, the more there are a lot of bands I love, right? I don't always love their newest records, especially bands I've been listening to for 25 years. The Starting Line released a record last year that is hands down their best record. It's so good. They're not trying to sound like they sounded 20 years ago. They're trying to sound like they sound at 40. They also they kind of broke up, but not really ever broke up. They just stopped playing and they all got jobs and became adults. And they're now a full-time-ish band again. But they have kids and the way they're touring, I love. A lot of bands from that era have gotten back together to capitalize on how popular the pop punk world is.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of falls really flat to me. Even bands I love from that era. I like the first tour they do when they get back together, and I kind of fall off after that. The Starting Line, their album doesn't sound like they sounded at 20. And the way they're not touring in a way that they probably should to capitalize on it. They did one headline tour last year and they played really small rooms, like I saw them at the Paradise, and it was amazing. And then they kind of stopped. And then this year they've done like sporadic festival one-off type of things, and they're doing a tour in the fall as a support band for who are they opening for? The Story So Far, which is like a much younger band compared to them, and it's a B and C market tour, and there's no like A market tour for the whole year. Just crazy to me for a band that just released a record and is like a full-time band again for the first time in forever. I love that. I love the approach. I love the fact that like they're one of the like 4 bands where whenever they tour I have to go. I'm really glad that they're not touring in Boston this year as of right now, because I'm like, I don't even know if I would have time to make it to a show. It's kind of nice. But yeah, I really love the fact that like they didn't try to put out, a pop punk album. And then on like the flip side, in terms of like newer bands, there's the Menzingers, who I've been listening to forever. They're also another band where like I like every album, but I really, really like the new stuff a lot more than anything else. I'm excited for that new album to come out. I love the fact that like the way they set up their touring schedule is they launched the year with like a B and C market tour. Came nowhere near us. And then in the fall, they're doing a headline tour and they're playing Roadrunner, which would like by far be the biggest headline tour they played in Boston. And Hot Water Music's opening. And I love when like younger bands take out like the bands that inspired them that are, Hot Water Music probably couldn't headline Roadrunner and sell it out at this point, but they could do pretty much any other room around here. And the fact that they're opening for a much younger band, I love that type of stuff. I'm excited for that album to come out.
Yeah.
And then
Hot Water Music was part of the most important skate fest that I like, that you say is not the most amazing skate fest.
2002.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 2003 was the best one.
Hot Water Music wasn't on it. Watch, I'm going to
Sylvia
probably the
begs
flip
to
side
differ.
of that.
I think it was 2003 was the one that I loved
I was
the
looking
most.
away. I have the poster right there. See that? Right?
Or maybe you're thinking 20. Wait, it might be 2001 and I might be 2002. That might be what it was. Because if I think about it now, I think the thing had like 2K2.
We'll insert it here.
Either way,
Here.
all great bands. So yeah, I'm super excited. I like when like bands put out new records and they're actually
Edit notes.
Really listening.
really great.
Gucci.
The thing that I'm excited about something that's just not a thing. John Mayer. I really love John Mayer. I like everything John Mayer's ever put out, and I really love a couple of things that John Mayer has put out. I find him to be insanely intriguing because he's not doing anything right now.
On a podcast, isn't he?
He's doing it, yeah, but it's only on like XM or Sirius or whatever.
Sirius XM.
Yeah.
He never goes into the studio, according to Jeff Lewis. They built him this great big studio. I can't get one, but he has his own studio, but he never goes in. La, la, la. Sorry, I digress.
It's a good.
I love the fact that like
I've heard
he hasn't put out like his own new music in a really long time, and I'm excited to see like what that is. Like I love the pop stuff, I love the blues stuff, I love the folky stuff, and I'm like, what's it gonna be when you do put something out? Because like you've just spent the last
he's all over the place. You're just like, where are you gonna land next?
And you never really know. And then even like his last couple like solo tours have just been acoustic, and I love that also. I didn't get to go to them, but I was like, oh, you can do anything, and you're choosing to do like the simplest version of what you're really, really good at.
He shows up at the Ed Sheeran stuff too. Like he'll just show up.
Yeah, like he's like opening for Ed Sheeran and like popping up at stuff. Like I love. Like he opened a couple Zach Bryan shows. Like I love, it's kind of not. I'm probably the first person to ever say this, but John Mayer is like Hot Water Music, where like Hot Water opening for a much younger band makes so much sense for their career. even though they don't have to do it, and it's the same as John Mayer, where like John Mayer does not need to open for anybody, but he did. And I don't know. I just like, I love that. And I'm excited to see like what happens. And I don't even care if it happens this year or if it happens next year. I just like, I don't know. He's like one of the only artists that he's not even like a top 20 artist for me, but he's just one of those guys where like when he does something, I pay attention. And I'm excited to see like what happens there.
Yeah.
I also love festival gap years. I feel like there's not enough attention paid to that. There are
what are we talking about? What are festival gap years?
So
What
like
do you mean?
Boston Calling
okay.
isn't happening this year, and same with When We Were Young. And like I love like, you know, reading the room. when a major festival can like read the room and be like, maybe we should just chill for a second, because there's like 7 million festivals happening and they're always the same bands. And then the last couple of years, I think, not necessarily Boston Calling, but like just the festival circuit in general.
I mean, we're
like
coming upon that right now, the time of the year.
Yeah, there's like there's the one headliner that headlines all of them, and you're like, okay, cool, that's not that exciting. And then there's like the band that they have to like pull up as a headliner. Like I don't know. There's just like this formula that's to me like really played out. And
I get what you're saying. You can appreciate it that they're reading the room. Just like, you know what? Let's take a step back.
Let's just chill.
Let's figure it out and come back with something
be a little bit
fresher.
You might be disappointed next year though, because like it might be just the artist fees are just so high that they're trying to figure out what they can route through, because it might be the same team from another festival, because it'll be the same promoter that now is a part of this festival, right? Well, Coachella can do whatever it's just in its own world, right? It's like, and that's what others it'll never be Coachella, you know, even like the ones in New York. It's just been there for so long. It's a thing. So a gap wouldn't make sense. So if that never sells, then that's an issue overall with the industry, because you know, people look to see what it is and they're guessing already who the headliners are next year. And those people who headline like the different weekends, like there's no other festival that will do the 2 consecutive, you know, at that level. And but I think like the Boston Calling is probably trying to figure out cost wise, like it's just very expensive, especially when you don't own the campgrounds and it belongs to, or like the fairgrounds or the you know, the complex where you're doing it. Those costs go up, and you know, Blue Dot Fever.
It's like refreshing though to be like,
100%.
There is no Boston Calling.
Let's get it right.
Now you can look forward to Boston Calling next year. And I think in a perfect world, I would love to see like an every other year for those, like, you know, you're never going to see that for Bonnaroo, and you're never going to see that for Coachella and things like that. But when it comes to like Gov Ball and Boston Calling are just like a week apart every year. And a lot of times there's like a good amount of crossover in terms of bands. So it's like, well, what if one year it's Gov Ball and Boston Calling takes off, and then the second year Gov Ball takes a break and Boston Calling plays, and you can kind of have like, I feel like you have a little bit of an easier time selling out both festivals because they're not 3 hours apart and 1 weekend apart. And it would make things a little more interesting in terms of like when there's a Gov Ball year, those bands that are playing New York could then come play Undercells in Boston a couple days later. I think it just, I don't know, it would make things a little more like exciting, in my opinion. And I think When We Were Young was kind of like forced into that with the Warped Tour coming back in the way that it's come back, where it's like, oh, well, I don't need to fly to Vegas because all those same bands are playing in DC. Like, and I think that could also be a thing where like maybe When We Were Young also pigeonholed themselves into having like the same 4 headliners, and they just rotated every single year. It's like so many bands in that world that can headline that type of thing. So like them taking a year off, I think, was smart also, because like you can kind of recalibrate that festival and maybe bring in like a different, maybe start adding in some of like the new metal type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? You could still make it a nostalgia fest, but I think it doesn't necessarily have to be like only pop punk and emo. I don't know. I'm just excited to see what those 2 festivals do like
Yeah.
how they took advantage of taking a year off. I think it's
Yeah,
good,
it's
and
gonna
I'm
be
hoping
great.
a lot of other festivals follow suit.
Well, we can have our friends back on, and but I'm guessing by January is when they usually make their announcements for Boston Calling, so that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean that was Fabio's first festival ever, so it was like little baby steps to get there.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, and then
I need
next,
to get to
remember when we
another
want
one.
to go to Coachella? Let's start with Coachella. No, there's camping.
I never knew. I really never.
I would never want to do that.
I would need artist wristbands or VIP, because the VIP, there's some VIPs that come with the camping, but it's like glamping and it's already, you don't have to.
But there
They
also have like
shuttle buses. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can stay at like a
It's
suite
different.
type situation. It's
But
like
again, it's the pricing,
absurd,
right?
absurdly
Yeah.
pricing. Like it's ridiculous. Like
I think I'm too old.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
When I
not
say
even
artist,
the camping part,
yeah.
but just like the whole like thing around it just seems like exhausting. And then I'm like, well, do I want to see the Black Crowes play at like 2 p.m. when I'm like the only person that understands who the Black Crowes are in this like 100,000 person crowd, or do I just want to like wait 3 months and watch them play at the House of Blues and have a way better time? Like,
Let's see a pub show. That's what I'd
yeah,
recommend.
it's one of those things. Like, do you really want to like put yourself in that situation where you really have to make it's a whole like it's a trek, to get there. Whereas like there are other festivals where it's like it's in a city, and it's easily accessible. Like Ultra Music Fest in Miami was in downtown Miami, and I mean. The funny thing is, if you lived in some of the apartment buildings in and around the area, depending on what floor you were on, you didn't have to pay for a ticket. You literally just went on your balcony and you were just like, it's happening right there.
I like the way Boston Calling used to do their thing where I know it was a lot smaller, so it's a little easier to like kind of like do this. But instead of having like a country headliner, right? I know they still kind of have like if there's a country headliner, there's like country music throughout the festival day. But for me, even as somebody who like I listen to literally everything, whenever the festival day sheets like drop, I'm like, oh, I like these 3 bands. And like I don't mind staying there all day and I like checking out other things, but like the vibe of, the Black Crowes playing and then like I'm watching Ed Sheeran headline that night seems a little strange to me, and I don't necessarily think that like anybody there is going to care about that. I think when festivals are a little smaller, even if like the headliner isn't an Ed Sheeran, if the headliner is like, a Black Keys, and then you have a Black Crowes type of thing playing where like I think the day just makes a little more sense, especially for somebody
if you have
that's
multiple
like
stages, right? If you have multiple
stages
where like,
but also like the
dip
event
in and out.
Getting into a festival is a lot of work, right? Even if you're just driving, like Boston Calling's 40 minutes away, but I'm like, oh, do I want to drive 40 minutes to see 3 bands and I have to be there for 12 hours, or can I like how do we make that
I enjoyed
a little more sense?
I have to make a weekend of it because I am not. My whole thing is driving, parking, whatever. I usually give away my parking pass to a friend or whatever, and I'm like,
a couple years ago, it was perfect.
I'm just like, I'm not. I'm just gonna stay at the Charles Hotel. I'm gonna walk across the bridge. It'll be my excuse to take, and that's what we did. Like 2020, like even like last year was great. 2024, I think, was one of the peak years that I enjoyed, even though it was kind of scary on the out because of just the sheer number of people. But that year everybody was sort of hitting at the right time. Like Hosier and Chapel Roan, like it was just everybody was hitting. There's certain years, right, where you're just like, even if you didn't know who they were, and you're like, you were kind of quote-unquote forced to be there because you were in this perfect spot and you didn't want to move, and you're like, well, I'm glad I stayed because I would have never experienced the HOTTO to go, and going right at that trajectory that she was going at, and then Hosier and that Mad Rush or the Killers, and just it was just a great mix period of that. I think that was one of my favorite years for that. So it just depends. Like it's the experience also on top of it for me. Like Fabio will look for his pretzel. Did they have a great pretzel? They made my whole day. How was the food? Just things like that. But
It's striking when the iron's hot. It's really what it is. You know, we never know when that's going to happen, and I think that's got something to do with like the vibe and the culture, and then if
and the artist
and if
fees,
it's
too.
the art, and if the weather's
because at that time, I'm sure Chapel Roan's performance fee was different than now. Although now there's obviously with all the controversy I get. So I mean, again, cyclical, right? Going to the Madonna, back to the Madonna thing again. It's cyclical. So I mean, I guess. I mean, whether it be Madonna
was
Charley
a headliner
Crockett,
for like Boston Calling.
Who was it? Madonna? No,
that'd be sick.
That would be impossible
Madonna,
to get
the
to.
only festival Madonna's really done has been like you
She's
know,
done a festival.
Live Aid back in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
And then
just like
Coachella a couple of times.
Headline, like she's the Saturday headliner.
Yeah, never.
Oh, that would be so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, the first time she quote unquote headlined was Coachella, and it was 2006. That was a Confessions and she did the dance tent because everything else was booked.
That's
because they booked the year before.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she was 20 years from the release of Confessions and the performance at Coachella. So I mean, again, look at us. It all goes back to Madonna.
It's all about Madonna.
Yeah, it really does.
Still
let me get my quick Blink-182 thing in.
Oh, that's right. There was 4.
Shout out to Blink-182.
They did take this year off, which I like really also appreciate. And they only did 2 shows. They did a festival, Innings Festival, which is in like Arizona, I think. And then they did like that Mercedes-Benz release show the other day. And like, I love the fact that like they also could have kept striking while the iron was incredibly hot. It probably did like a shed tour or whatever, or released an album, and it said they're like, no, we're literally taking the full year. And I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. And so far it's been true. And like Travis was like, yeah, this is the only other show we have this year. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I love that. Like, don't do something. Just like wait until you're ready. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, because you can tell when it's forced.
Yeah,
right.
And
when you they're playing and they don't want to be up there, but yet they're like, I need to get that check, man. You know, it's like we can tell. So yeah, I appreciate.
I'm sure they got paid. I'm sure that Mercedes paycheck was like a half a tour's worth of money.
They probably also got a chip out Mercedes too, just like here.
They played like
here's a G-Wagon.
I think they played 8 songs. Like it was only the hits. There was nothing else to it.
Amazing. I do that. Those private gigs are just so much money.
That's the dream.
I find those private gigs or like those private concerts to be so fascinating. And when you hear about them, it's like, oh yeah, I played at such and such billionaire's daughter's birthday.
And we just
party, or like
bring that right now to Fabio's anniversary this year marks 10 years that he's been married.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, where are we going with the anniversary? What?
Post Malone is playing the part.
No, because that's a divorce band. I'm just saying.
Who's the DJ we were just talking about? Mike, what's his name?
John Summit.
John Summit
is going to also play. It'll be a co-headline. You each get what you want.
You just
Mike's
make a beautiful thing, and Ricky just ruined it by talk of how the wedge is going to be Post Malone, and they're not going to make it to 10.
Damn you, Posty.
You got 10. And then this is like the big 10-year hurdle is like, can we get through this night?
We can invite him in June.
In the room.
Let's invite him. I'll invite him. I'll be like, yo, I know that this love between you and Tony is just so strong, but can you come to their anniversary and just play a little song?
Yeah.
Circles or something
like that. That's what the DMs is all about.
Yeah, the DMs works. Yeah.
He better not.
He better not. I was going to say, like, who would be your person that if like money was no object that you would have for your anniversary party that we would all be invited to?
If to have an artist, I don't know why, but for some reason she just popped up in my mind when you asked the question. I would really love Nelly Furtado.
Oh, that could be done. That's actually could be a done thing, you know?
I really like her last album that I think it was last year or 7.
last year or the year before.
Last year before.
Yeah.
It was so great, and I was just like re-fell in love with her again, and just like listening to all of her other stuff too. And yeah, I think it would be Nelly Furtado. There's just something about her that's just like, I don't know. She just seems like she is all about the music, and it's all about like, you know, the it would be her. Yeah, Nelly Furtado.
Wow.
Not that it would happen, but
You never know.
Wait a minute,
Never
am I
know.
having an anniversary party and you're not telling me something?
Oh no, I'm just asking you. You should plan it and invite
Did you
me.
just drop something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll act surprised, Sylvia.
There you go.
I don't know anything. Okay. That's it.
That's it.
Well, there you go.
That's it.
I mean,
We're just-
on that note,
It doesn't get
Nice.
much higher than like
It doesn't get much
ruining a
higher
surprise.
than
party.
a
Doesn't
secret
exist.
anniversary party.
here's what we got to say, right? Let artists be artists, right? Let them be weird. Let them mess up. Let them be who they want to be, because then without them, it's boring and we're sad all the time. So, I mean, I think that's from all of us, right? These are things that bring us joy. And, you know, if you don't like any of the people we talked about, we don't care. But
Yeah, because
No.
you're wrong. So
because you have your
And
own things, you know, everybody
And it's
has their
our
own
show.
Yeah.
it's,
So
yeah.
and tell us what your favorite artists, you know, who they are, and who should we be excited about? Let us know, you know. And of course, stream the new Madonna on July 3rd, or purchase it in all variants. Like I
You can listen to the new John Summit album now. It's
Yeah.
available.
And then, you know, you can pretend you hate these people up until the record drops, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh yeah, I love them.
I love it.
I love it. I knew
Every day.
it. You know? So, I mean, that's it. That's all I
Give it a
have to
shot.
say, guys. All right. I'm
That's it.
tired.
Same.
Done.
I need a nap.
All right. All right.
I need
All
I need a
right.
new
Listen.
nap.
Ricky, you're gonna
Great.
read us out.
Yes, I'm good. Go
Follow
ahead.
us.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, listen. We don't even know how to start or end shows. This is what happens here. Listen, if you have a
Season
Stub
3,
story
and we
idea,
still haven't figured it out.
whether you know you liked any of these artists, whether you hate us, whether you like us to do dramatic readings, we're big fans of doing things like that. Please reach out at info@stubstories.net. Ricky?
And make sure you guys follow us on all the socials, specifically on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, we're there. The videos
Yeah.
are there. The podcast is there. The
Yeah.
show info is there.
At
Our
Fabio.
Fabio.
giveaways are there. We have
Yeah.
giveaways. Go to stubstories.net. We have giveaways that we're giving away every week. So grab yourself some free tickets.
Yeah. Take them from us. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
don't pay
They're
for
holding up
tickets when you don't
space.
have to. Yeah.
True.
All right. That's it. Okay. I got to go. Bye.
See you.
That's a wrap.
That was easy enough.
Hi, this is Sylvia.
And I'm Ricky, and we are Stub Stories.
Please follow us everywhere you listen to podcasts.
You can find us on every social media channel. Make sure you're following our YouTube, like, subscribe.
And check out our website, stubstories.net.
Oh, my God.